Now, I have to tell you a short story in between. In our century, we have a new cult. Every anthropologist knows about it. This cult is called a cargo cult. What is a cargo cult? Whenever a technological high society comes together with a technologically underdeveloped society, the underdeveloped do not understand what this technology is. They think it's something magic. It's a force coming from out there, maybe from the gods. We can prove this in our century, because in our century we have more than 100 of these so-called cargo cults. The first ethnologist who visited in a flying machine New Guinea, he was very shocked when he realized that the natives every evening they came on a canoe to his flying machine, and here they sacrificed a pork. The pork was not sacrificed for the human being. The pork was sacrificed for the aircraft, because they believed the aircraft is a bird from heaven, something which belonged to the God. Your country, in the Second World War, Americans were fighting against Japan in the Pacific Ocean. Many little islands were taken over, also the island of Vevak. The Americans made landing with their propellant aircrafts. After the Americans left, the natives started to reconstruct, to build models of aircrafts out of wood and straw. And they believe that these are birds from the gods. They adorshipped it, worshipped it, and prayed to it. In this example, the natives could not even say that this is an aircraft, because they have no word for aircraft. They could not say that this is a propeller. They don't know what a propeller is. They cannot say that in here there is an engine and fuel. They have no idea of it. All what they do is copying the outside as a model and believing that we have to adore this because it belongs to the God. So this cargo cult always occurs when a technological high society comes together with a technological low society. And this was happening in our century. We can prove thousands of years in the past. It started in old Sumeria, 5,000 years ago. On the Sumerian cylinder seals, and there are hundreds of them, you find the ships of the gods on the sky with the so-called gods inside. Of course, in China it's the same thing. The old Chinese emperor descended in a fiery chariot from the clouds. These were the first Chinese emperors. The same thing in Central America. It doesn't matter if you take the Mayan or the Aztecs or the Toltecs, they all believe that their gods have some houses or palaces in the clouds. They came down and teach the humans. But this goes on. In old Japan, about 1000 BC, of a sudden hundreds of these figures were worshipped. They were kept on altars, they prayed on it. But 1000 BC, that was Stone Age in Japan. Nobody had any idea of these glasses, these helmets, these suits. So what they have been copying, it's cargo cult, nothing else. Misunderstanding technology. Of course, this goes back. In every big museum, you find some of these figures, most with a stupid interpretation done. Here they say, well, it's a god from Colombia. Of course it's a god of Colombia. But what god? Now we all know there is only one real God. So why are our ancestors speaking about the gods in plural? Extraterrestrials descended. Our ancestors at that time were the primitives. They could not understand what was going on. Their belief was these ETs must be some gods. Of course, this is rubbish. We know there is only one God. But that's how it entered into the mythologies, into the holy books, into the religions, and so on. The gods have visited us. And the so-called gods themselves